Yeah, hi there, John. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And my goodness, you have a very high goal for the TOEFL. You say, I have never written TOEFL IBT before. I would just say taken or completed is the better word. So I've never completed the TOEFL IBT before, but I want to take it one time. I hope to get not less than 100, and can you help me? Please. I have read nice compliments about you. I know you can help me. I can help you, but you got to kind of look at this TOEFL thing. The TOEFL is not really just a destination, but it's a journey. What a journey means is you can't expect to take it one time and then immediately reach your goal, including your subtotal scores, especially if you want to score over 100. You're looking at a process. I mean, the question is, how hard are you willing to work? How much time do you have? I mean, maybe you can reach your goal, but I got to be honest with you, you got some very high goals here. I'm going to give you some recommendations right now, some things that you can do that I think will help you. So you might want to write these things down. You want to look at the TOEFL kind of as a 3-part process. You have to build your basic English proficiency, and you have to start doing some TOEFL specific type study. So you want to do a combination of those kinds of things. So number one, I recommend that you sit down and start reading, John, about 45 to 60 minutes every day. You can read magazines, newspapers, and longer books. I think that will be very, very important for you. Number two, get in the habit of practicing listening every day. If possible, use English TV, focus on news, history, documentary, and, John, especially science programs. So you want to get in the habit of practicing reading and listening every day. You want to do this for about an hour and a half to 2 hours every day. Now, to keep from burning out, read things that you have an interest in. Because if you don't and it's terribly boring, you're never going to keep up this rigorous study routine again. Find reading and listening passages you have an interest in. Now, John, if you don't have English TV and you want some website suggestions, I have 3. Write these down. You ready? National Public Radio. Number 2, TED Talks. Number 3, Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. You can look those up on the internet. You can use Google, and you can find them. Start practicing the reading and the listening every day, but you're not done. As you do the reading and the listening practice, John, get in the habit of taking notes. In the beginning, your notes will be terrible. They're not going to be good at all. But if you keep doing this day by day, week by week, month by month, you'll get better. Now, focus when you're taking notes, the main and the most important supporting points of the reading and the listening passages. Then, using your notes, John, I want you to write 3 academic summaries on a weekly basis. Each summary should be approximately 250 words, and the summaries are re-explaining a reading or listening passage. Try to use your own vocabulary, try to use your own grammar. Now, in the beginning, you might not be able to do that. Maybe you have to copy sentences from the reading or from the lecture. That's okay in the beginning because you're still practicing a little bit with vocabulary, with grammar, and so on. Now, remember, write 3 250-word summaries each week. Now, in addition to writing summaries about the reading and the listening passage, you should also speak about the reading and the listening passages. Your oral responses, John, should be about 60 seconds long. I even recommend recording them. Now, everything you're doing here is self-study. You don't need me. You don't need another TOEFL teacher. You don't need a tutor. You're just practicing getting exposure. Reading, listening, note-taking. You're also focusing on your integrated writing and your integrated speaking proficiencies. So that's really the first suggestions that I give you. Remember, you want to do this for several months, a minimum I think it's good for you, John, to follow this plan for at least 3 months. Now, in addition to doing the reading and the listening practice, I'm going to recommend my 90-day TOEFL study guide for you. You can use this. This will give you some really good practice with vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. This will build your academic English language proficiency, and you'll get more familiar with the TOEFL IBT exam. All right? Now, after 90 days, you should take a full-length IBT practice test so you can mark your progress. You need to see where you are. You need to see where you are after you've done some hard work. And that'll give you a realistic goal of whether or not you're close to the 100 that you seek. Now, if you're not after 3 months, that means you have to spend more time going through learning English and following my recommendations even more and so on. Now remember, John, my website actually has over 700 different lessons in 7 sections, so I have really probably close to 6 months of English language learning material for you to keep you busy. All right, and that's it. So that's my recommendation. Now remember that the 90-day TOEFL study guide that I recommend for you, I think you should probably spend about 2 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next 3 months going over the lessons in that study guide. If you combine that with the listening and the reading practice I've already recommended for you for the next 3 months, that should give you some very good academic English language proficiency. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's a question. Are you willing to do this? Now, how do I help you? I provide all of the study materials for you that you study. Now, when you want feedback, you can complete your pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests online. I'll grade them, I'll comment on them, I'll email you back, or I will post my responses online for you to either listen to or read. And little by little, you will get better. But you got to remember that I'm here, you're there. I can't go to your house. You can't come to my house, right? So I can't force you to follow this plan, but I promise you, if you can follow this plan, if you're disciplined, and if you know that I'm on the other end of the computer here, you can always email me. You can ask me any question you want. I'll try to motivate you. I'll coach you. I'll do the best to help you as much as I can. And you will, at some point, be able to reach your goal. All right, John, anyway, thank you very much. And don't forget, after 90 days, take a full-length IBT practice test. You can get all 6 writing tasks scored. Both of your writing tasks will be scored. You get reading, listening, speaking, and writing subtotals, and then you can see where you are. All right, thank you very much, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.